Hey everyone, it's not a diesel, it's a Camry. It's a 2012. In Australia they're called Camrys. It's an ASV 50R, if I remember correctly. And no, I haven't serviced it. I don't know if I've serviced it ever or not for many years. It's got a very old Optima in it. It'll be older than the car because it would have been an ex-emergency, like emergency services and government vehicles, sheriff's vehicle. What they do when they're new, they fit them out with Optimas because they know they're good batteries. They've got experience with those. So that was back in 2012. It's 2023 now. So this thing is still going at 11 years, starts the car just fine. This is why we love Optimas, one of the very many reasons. And I was hanging out to do this video just to say, how awesome is that? And you know, when this was purchased, you probably would have picked it up for under 250 bucks. And if you get a good deal, I still reckon you'll get one for $350. But anyway, check out the specials, check out every battery. But what we're doing here is a service. So we're just gonna run through a few things. We haven't seen this either for a long time or at all, but we have obviously worked on these Camrys before a little bit. Let's not say too much. We don't do this in the workshop. It's just, you know, how do we say, family and friends type thing. So we're gonna have a look at the air filter, we're gonna have a look at the battery security, we're gonna have a look at the battery terminals, we're gonna have a look at the coolant level and condition, we're gonna have a look at the service book, see what it wants, we're gonna have a look at the washer fluid level, we're gonna drain the engine oil. So what do? We pull the dipstick up and we take the cap off straight away if we can. Oh, geez, someone's been, I'll go get the multi-grips. Told you I haven't worked on it for ages, so it's been somewhere else, and this is the sort of thing you can get. You might expect to see some other good surprise in this video too. Even though it's only a camera, there's not much to do. Who knows what else they've done. Oh, there we go, beautiful. Now we can get that oil cap off. Let's have a look at the condition of it. Who knows when the last service was done, probably long overdue. It doesn't look too bad in there. But what do you reckon? Check the oil pickup anyway, or risk it for the biscuit? All right, so I was thinking let's have a look down here and see what we can see as far as any issues with the drive belt pulleys, water leaks, coolant leaks, anything we can see deterioration. Can't really see too much yet. Looking forward to getting underneath the vehicle and we'll see a bit more. And if I remember correctly, the oil filter, the cartridge thing, should be down there somewhere, and it's probably been over tightened. It'll probably be a pain in the butt. People are scared of washing engine bays down apparently because there's computers, but everything's watertight, everything will be okay. Just don't hit it too close to the pressure washer. This will be sparkling at the end of this. And it looks like they overflowed a bit of oil there too. That's just a bit messy, isn't it? Then it bakes on and that's what happens to it. Messy, messy, messy. We don't want to hit down there with the pressure washer too hard because you will force water between wherever and underneath the coil. See that thing there? That's the coil per cylinder on top of the engine. We'd have to get that cover off to show you more. So let's have a bit of a, haven't done this for a few years, but this is just going to pull off one way or the other. Here we go, right? Let's just get it all off so you can have a look and see what's going on. We'll just sit that up there for now out of the way. Right, coil per cylinder. How simple is a petrol engine to work on and maintain? The petrol injectors don't really need maintenance. There's another story on that. Check out our other videos. Plugs in, direct to the coil, straight down to the spark plug, coil per cylinder, 10mm nut to get that out. But if you do hit here with a pressure washer and you got a miss one, you get water in there, unplug it, take the bolt out, lift it out, clean it up, dry it, compress there, blow out the hole, and happy days. Don't drive around like that hoping it'll dry out, because it won't. It'll just condensate, it'll just stay like that, and you could permanently damage something, coil, spark plugs, or something else in your engine. Anyway, let's put it up on the hoist, have a look underneath, see what we can find. While it's at this height, it's probably a good time to have a walk around and have a good look at the tires, look at the tread depth. Right, we need a light. Light on works much better. Plenty of tread here, as you can see, and looking at the tire wear on the inside and outside edges as well to see, you know, if we're happy with how things are wearing, and the wheel alignment. Of course, spin the wheels as well to see if there's any noise in the wheel bearings. Check for play, left and right, up and down, you know, 6 and 12, you know, 3 and 9, all that sort of thing. Let's go around to the next one. Back tire, not too bad, but it looks like a bit more worn than the other one. I've got it, without knowing the vehicle, I'm going to start sussing out that I reckon it's a different tire on the front, and the fronts have been replaced, probably because they do more braking, more steering, more accelerating and all that sort of thing, so they wore out quicker. These ones are just trailing along. They've probably picked the best two, put them on the back, and then put 2 new front ones on. Let's go have a look what the other back one is. Quick, that means I get the video, more information in the video quicker. Sorry about the word count is up a little bit, but you know, it's looking like that's what's happened, isn't it? Right, we could even look at the year of the tires. but let's not waste too much time in this video. Everybody knows about that. That's the sort of thing you do though. So over here, these are the Falcons. So as suspected, by the looks of it, the fronts are much better than the rears, so that's good. So all we're really going to do on this service, because the tyre wear is good, we don't think they're due for a rotate. The fronts are better than the rears, so you don't have to just go by the book and go, oh, it's due for a rotate and balance, and then they don't do it, and you go, why didn't you do my rotate and balance? Well, because I save you some money, because I looked at your tyre wear, and your best tyre's already on the front, so there's no advantage of rotating them at this stage. That's why, sir. Okay, so there you go. That's how we roll. We do common sense and do what needs to be done and nothing that doesn't. You got your struts there as well. You can have a look at those. Let's have a look at the other front one. We're at the passenger side at the moment. Back to the driver's front, the Falcon, right? And the stock standard Australian-made suspension with the Australian-made Camry at the front there. All right, time to put it up a bit more and look under the car. Okay, a really quick under the vehicle inspection. Again, better with a light on. It's not a PRADO or a Hilux, but if you've got a 4-cylinder Corolla or a Camry or any other makes and models that's similar to this is the sort of things you'll be looking for, right? So tyres are good, we've already covered that. We need to have a look at the brakes, which we may or may not see, but what I can see there is they're certainly not about to go metal to metal, but we'll look inside and out and have a bit more of a look at the pads. Certainly always need to look at the brakes. CV boots look all right. Have a look at this side as well. I might as well check this side. Everything while we're at it, right? Everything looks good. Bit of a sweat around that lower ball joint compared to that side. Same thing, I'd say that's just fairly normal, no big deal. I wouldn't be worried about that. Let's have a look at these brake pads there. They're probably about half worn. So they might not get brakes this time, but I'd say I'll be letting them know. Look, you know, your brakes, they're getting worn. So time to get onto lsiorder.com.au. There's your oil filter cartridge up in behind that one there, and behind that cover. Messy pain in the you know what. Sump plug there, 14mm, funnily enough, same sump plug washer, bone dry, no oil leaks. It's a Toyota, once again, quality, nothing to worry about here. And this is all you really got up the front. You're not going to be looking at, you know, bushes and stuff like that. Everything like that's going to be okay. It's not a full drive, it's a different design. Look at that, you can have a look at them if you like. But I don't think you're going to be seeing anything exciting going on as far as maintenance here. It's just going to be oil changes, coolant changes, air filter changes, maybe a fuel filter every now and then, your exhaust, you know, pretty good. Bit of moisture there, whatever, right? Good quality. There's nothing underneath the car to look at. See, you just got the, don't hit your brake lines and everything here. Brake and fuel lines, right? No protection. That's why you don't take Camrys off-road, don't go full driving. All these people I see in some of these places in the high country, I don't know how they get in there without doing damage. They must be almost all hitty things like that. Okay, brake pads. These look like they've got a fair bit of meat still. Hard to see, but see up the top of the pad, if you look at the backing plate to the rotor, this video isn't really, you know, what you can see isn't good enough. I'm going to spend a bit more time and have a look, but I can see there's about probably 80-90% left of the rear brake pads, at least at one side. You want to go on this side and have a look, see if we can get the focus happening in there. That's too close, it's not going to happen, but hit the like button since I tried. No leaks at the rear suspension. Nothing exciting to see back here. It's just the back of a car. Again, a muffler, it's secure. It's got all the rubbers still. They're not broken. It's not going anywhere, you know. Bit of movement, you know, that's normal. You know, wobble it around. Pretty boring, isn't it, when it compared to other vehicles? This is why I say people should have Corollas and Camrys and stuff, because they're just so cheap and easy to maintain. You don't even need to jack this up. You can look at your tyres. You can look through the outside of the wheels at the brake pads and get a fair idea where they're at. There, 80%, yep. I don't know if you saw it on the camera, but that's what I'm doing. I'm having a look, and right, you probably can't see what I can see with my naked eye. Yes, my eye is naked. Okay, fuel tank, yep, still there. Exhaust still there from when we walked up before. Nothing to see here, so I get the 14mm and rip the sump plug out. All right, let's see what happens if I need to take a sump plug out without getting a drop of oil on my finger. Let's see if I can do it today. It's undone. There we go, right, there it is. Right, what do I get? One little drip, pretty good, not bad, huh? There it is, that's oil draining for you. This is the oil we're gonna be using, and it goes on special for about 36 bucks, so that's about all you should be paying. Wait for the special. They'll call it half price, but they're still making money. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Look, am I too fussy? This just looks like a quality washer. Have a look at this crap, that aftermarket crap that they put on there. You don't get any credit for using quality parts. This is just some old cheapo washer. Anyway, I'm just going to change it, but, you know, Rubbish. These rubbish things, they're even hard to get off because they crush. You've got to put them in the vise to get them off. Rubbish. See you later. Now these are a cartridge oil filter. You need a special tool to get it off. Or you can make do, but just be careful. They get really tight. Everyone, please put some more Molykote lube on the O-ring. And that's what him look like. The cover comes off. You can take the drain hole out if you like, but I just don't bother with it. There's your old element. Right. It's not like it's that dirty it's going to get blocked or anything. So you can even consider leaving it until it's overdue if you want, right? Again, use your brain. But yeah, you know, do it by kilometers, do it by time, do it by hours. Have a think about those things in other videos. Put a new O-ring on here. People don't know about Molykote because they're not on our YouTube channel. You know, diesel specialists know about Molykote. Petrol mechanics, they don't know about lube and O-rings. Makes these things really tight to get off. Anyway, I just put the tool on and open it up. I don't bother with that other thing in there. So I'll put the 3/8 drive in there and just turn that and the whole thing comes undone. Happy days as far as I'm concerned. If it doesn't, then I'll just put a tool around the outside and bang, new filter, and she goes back on with a new O-ring and some Molykote. Anyway, there it is, all done. No oil residue anywhere. See, look, sump plug wash. So you can see my nice, genuine sump plug. No residue, just a bit too clean there, that's all. No residue, clean it all up. We don't want any risk of, oh, maybe there's oil leaks. Oh, there's a tiny bit of oil there. We need to clean. Got to get in there, more brake cleaner, more rags. Mickey Mouse clean it, all right? I want it Mickey Mouse clean. You know what Mickey Mouse is? We'll go find out. I want it Mickey Mouse clean. All right, so inspecting the old air filter. It's not too bad, but it's got enough crap in there. It just looks old. So just got a new one put in there. And whenever you change the air filter, you should clean the MAF sensor. So I've just done that. Molykote in the hole, just like the diesels, and put it back together. Should I check the cabin filter? Yeah, no, they would have checked it and changed it. Not. Looks like it's never been changed. Like, this isn't a four-door, it doesn't go off-road, but I've already tipped that upside down and banged the dirt out of it. And look at all that is just years and years old. I don't think anyone goes in there. If you go somewhere and, oh, you know, they only charge me $200, you get what you pay for. You're not going to get anything for free. These things genuine, they're about 70 bucks, one of the biggest rip-off car parts I can think of. Even aftermarket generally retail about 30. And I can tell you, if you buy them in bulk, you can get them off eBay. It's probably your cheapest way. It's just a piece of paper, but this belongs in the bin. So like I said, this is the first time we've seen this for a while. We're not going to, it's actually on 150K, but there's the 150K service has already been done at lower Ks. Did they do the brake fluid? Did they do the coolant? I don't know. I haven't got time today, but we've done the oil, the filter, we've checked everything, done the air filter, the cabin filter. We're going to fill up the wash bottle. We've checked all the tyres. We've done most of all the general checks. These are the most important things that I can think of to show you servicing a Camry. So we'll send this one on its way pretty much, and after a bit of a cleanup, of course. And next time we get it back, it's probably going to have some front brakes and get a coolant flush and some brake fluid while we're doing the brakes. Super long life coolant, same stuff we keep in stock for all the Prados and Hiluxes. Doesn't look too bad. That's why I'm prepared to leave it there, because maybe they've done it, because these don't leak, and it just makes me think, you know, but I don't really know. So this is the problem when you don't know the history. So next time there'll be a little bit more work to do. At least we're splitting it up, because next time I won't have a air filter and a cabin filter. Bada bing, bada boom. Catch you on the next one. Subscribe, turn the bell on. You might learn something. See ya.